Hey guys, it's la Goony Chonga, aka la chonguitona que tú conoces, and I'm going into my DMs with Mascarilla. I am from Miami, Florida, born and raised, and I am a songwriter, artist, performer. I actually would move around. Back in 2013, I came to LA and I got my first show ever, and it was one of my favorite shows back in the days because it was like LA showed me a lot of love. And then I moved to New York also for a few years, and I ended up coming back here about a year ago.
So when you moved to New York, what were you up to?
Well, when I was in New York, we were developing Guala Gang, me and Booty Chain, and we were just there for a few years. That's when I was dancing. That's when I got into like my whole stripping career back in the days. Was mostly in New York, and after that I just decided it would be better to go to LA and make moves out here.
So how was your stripping career? Was that a positive experience?
For the most part it was. I saw a lot of things that, you know, everything comes with its good and bad, but I just stayed focused on what I was there for, you know, to make money and entertain people, have fun, and not so much focus on the negative sides of it. When I was growing up, I would listen to a lot of like Amanda Perez. A lot of people may not know about her. Ashanti, you know, Trick Daddy, Plies, Shawty Low, Pretty Ricky, Miami music. But I like a lot of kind of music. I used to listen to Madonna because my mom would listen to that. My mom liked 90s freestyle music, so I used to listen to that too. I grew up with a lot of variety, I would say.
Are there specifically any female rappers that you were into that you kind of aspired to be?
I wouldn't say so much aspire to be because I feel like, you know, I'm still myself, but I did look up to female rappers like Trina, being that she was from Miami like me, and her whole style, I could say that kind of influenced me, and the whole era, Trick Daddy, all that down south music, Atlanta music was really what inspired me rap wise. And for my Spanish music, I would say like Celia Cruz. She's Cuban like me, and just the type of style she has as a Cuban woman and the attitude, and also rappers like Evie Queen. It was fun. I mean, we would go to a lot of clubs, dance to reggaeton. It was a good time where like you would go out and people would actually be dancing together, like guys and girls on each other. And yeah, it was fun. But for the most part in high school, I didn't really have a lot of friends, but everybody knew me because we kind of like all grew up. But I always only had like one or two people I would really like click up with. Well, parents, okay. My mom has been a really big part of why I am who I am today, because I feel like since I was young, she always put me in a lot of activities. She always wanted me to express myself and be creative, put me in dance, put me in acting, put me in, you know, all kinds of different things for me to be interactive and be able to express myself. And she also really, she never made me feel like bad about myself because of what happened with my eye and everything. She would always push me to still be like feeling good about myself, feeling confident, and still being creative. And it's like she just always wanted me to be myself, and I feel like that helped me a lot as far as my mom goes. As far as my dad goes, he's a big influence to me too. My parents separated when I was younger, but he was always there for me, and he also always supported everything I would do. My mom's side, she's Cuban and American. She was born in Miami, and her father's side of her family is Cuban, and my father is 100% Cuba, born in Cuba, and came here when he was a young child. My mom just did accounting, collecting money. That's what my mom would do. And my dad did construction, managing his own construction company in Miami. Yeah, she is. I mean, she had a little criticism because being a mom, and I was a dancer, she looked at it like in a crazy way. But I kind of explained to her, like, you raised me right, like I'm not doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? I'm literally just being independent, trying to make my own money. I don't want to work a job I don't like, so if I have the ability to make money off being myself and entertaining somebody, whether it's dancing or having a conversation, or I felt like it was a fun job to have. So she supported me from that. After I kind of gave her my perspective on it, she kind of understood more. And then in my music, some of the things I say, she would be like, oh my God, did you just say your pussy was fat? And I'm just like, Mom, if you look at any other female rapper, like you look at any of them, like they're saying crazy ass shit. So it's funny, like I wanted to go to school for advertising.
Oh, really?
So I did actually go to school for that. And I don't know, when I was there, I just seemed like that's the same time I started making the music. So I just kind of chose up to take the music seriously, and I felt like I already got what I needed from the whole advertising thing. And I felt like I always knew I wanted to be an artist, and that I would be some type of an entertainer, whether it was acting, because I love acting too. I want to do that also. And so I just chose up on music and decided to just take all my focus on that and used dancing as, my way to invest into my music and my career. What motivated you to create music? I've always made music. Since I was a little girl, I used to write songs in my notebook and stuff. So I always made music, but what motivated me to just put it out there was really just after high school. I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna start making music. And I've always freestyled with my friends and stuff, so it's something that people weren't really surprised by when I did make music. So when I finally did it, I got a lot of negative feedback. People were saying like, oh, you weren't freestyling, or like you wrote that. And I was like, okay, this is good. If people think that I wrote this, then I'm obviously doing good, so I'm gonna really make a song. Why did I switch from Twiggy Rasta Master to Goony Chonga? And that's because when I first put out music, Twiggy Rasta Master was my Tumblr name. And I was really just freestyling online on YouTube just to see what people would say. And I just ran with that name because I didn't know what to use, so I just used my Tumblr name. And just like a year or two later, I just figured Goony Chonga was more fitting for me, being that I'm a Chonga. If you guys don't know what a Chonga is, you gotta do your research. Shout out to the Chongalicious girls. They can tell you what a Chonga is. It's just a style, a lifestyle. So I feel like it was just more fitting for me to be Goony Chonga. What happened with my eye? This is a question I get a lot. When I was 5 years old, on Christmas Eve, I was at this little party, and some older kid threw one of those glow-in-the-dark stars. The ones that they put on the wall and stuff. We were just playing, and the kid threw it, and it somehow went in my eye. It was like an accident, like a freak accident type thing. And next thing you know, I just went in the hospital. I had to do a cornea repair surgery. For a lot of years, I had to put eye drops in my eye. I always kind of had a lazy eye, so they told me I had to exercise it by covering the eye I could see with, which is my left eye, to exercise my right eye to be stronger. So yeah, that's what happened to my eye. So over the years, I just have been trying to keep exercising my eye and, you know, not let it bother me, because it could be an insecurity sometimes. But, you know, I feel like you gotta embrace your insecurities and just accept who you are. Yeah, I would get like people always saying like, oh, she's cross-eyed or cockeyed, you know. But thanks to my mom, I really have to give her all the credit for really just pushing me to not care. Just say, you're still beautiful, you're still talented, it doesn't matter, like, that doesn't matter. So
where are you at now with it? Is there corrective surgery that could be done at this point?
Yeah, they've told me, they've offered it to me to try it, but it's not really like a guarantee. Also, my vision is like, I'm basically blind on my right eye, so there's not really a surgery yet really invented, not even the laser one, because of the part that's damaged in my eye is the cornea. And yeah, I had stitches in my eye and everything, so I just decided I don't really want to do it. I'm already used to it. This is kind of how I've been since as a little girl, so I don't really know any different, and I wouldn't really spend any energy doing that. It also could be inspirational to other people who have insecurities.
Yeah.
To just, you know, it doesn't matter, be who you are. Someone is gonna appreciate that about you and love you, so it doesn't matter. What's the favorite song I've made? It's kind of hard because I like a lot of my songs, but my favorite is Risky. Fuck with a bitch like me, that's so risky. I wish you would. Claro que sí. I could live in a lot of those songs. If I have any projects with any other female rappers, I do, of course. I have a bunch of projects with Booty Chain. We used to be Snob Mob. Now we're Guala Gang International, the record label. First female record label. And I have another project with Tomasa del Real. She's from Chile. It was like a little EP. We have a video for that too. How did I feel when I found out I was gonna be a mom? It was a little shocking because it's not like I planned for it, but I was happy, and I used it as a motivation. Like, okay, now that I have a kid, like, it made me be more serious about the business side of being a musician, because a lot of people just think it's all creative, and that's where you end up missing out, because you have to have your business together. So I feel like having a kid kind of forced me to take the business side of music a lot more serious, and has given me more opportunities ever since I've been moving in that way. I have a lot of people around me to help me, so I get to go and do certain things. Like when I had to go to New York for the Red Bull Music Festival, my baby's father stayed with the baby, and a lot of times I just have help with his family, my friends, so it doesn't really make it hard for me to go out. I just go out when it's absolutely necessary, or I feel like it's an opportunity for networking. What do I hate about the industry? Well, you know, there's a few things that I would say I don't like about it. I don't like that the mainstream steals so much from the underground and it just gets unnoticed and unappreciated. And I also don't like that it just seems now like your success depends more so on your shock value than as your talent and actually having star presence. I feel like now it's all like, you know, who's getting all the clicks, who's doing the most ridiculous thing. Like, you know, these labels are more so interested in that type of thing than the creatives, the people who are talented, who really take music serious. And yeah, it's just something I don't like. I feel like it's changed. and we're like in that era where clicks is really what matters more than talent. I think me and my friends are the ones who really came from that era, like Raider Clan, Space Ghost Perp, Metro Zoo, Goth Money Records. Like, we're all people who came from the dropping music on SoundCloud era, and I used to download my albums on Bandcamp. Like, nobody even knows what that is. So now I have I recently uploaded all my old tapes on Apple, Spotify, and all that. And I feel like all my OG fans really appreciated that. They were really happy about it, because I just always had it like hidden Bandcamp. Nobody even knows where that is. How do I deal with negative comments from ignorant people? Well, like a lot of negative feedback. What I do really is, it just doesn't bother me. I don't invest energy into it. You know, I more so focus on people that do love me and do appreciate my music and what I do for them as an artist. Most people that have anything negative to say about me really just don't know. You know, they'll think I'm like a new person, or, you know, like, I just don't pay attention to it. Either way, women just get criticized for other things. Well, people just start nitpicking at stuff, you know, like they'll just start being petty. But to me, it's really just a reflection of yourself. Because even if I don't like an artist or something, I don't really have nothing negative to say. I'll just not listen to it, or, you know, it's not for everyone. Everyone has their own taste. But yeah, just don't put, just advice to anyone, you know, don't even entertain negativity at all, because it's just not what you want to attract in your life. So just focus on everybody who does love you and keep doing what you're doing. When are you coming to play in Milan? I like this question because this is really funny. They ask, when I was 6 months pregnant, I had got offered to go to Milan for Fashion Week and perform at a party. And I remember I couldn't go, and I was so sad. Like, I told them I couldn't make it. I told them I was booked or something, and I was crying because I was like, oh my God, like, I finally got a chance to go like overseas, and someone wants to book me, and now I'm pregnant. Like, why does it have to happen now when I'm pregnant? But when I wasn't pregnant, like, I wouldn't barely get any of those options, like, to go overseas. So it was just yeah, it was cool. But I'll be there soon. I plan to go overseas before the year ends, now that I have my baby, and I'm more focused on my business and stuff. Where do I buy my clothes that are so stylish? I want to dress like you. I'm a chonga, so it's not that hard. $5 tube tops. I wear cheap clothes, you know, regular basic shit, but I just chongify it with my whole style and who I am. It's real easy to be a chonga. I'll have a tutorial on that soon, and I'm gonna give somebody a chonga makeover. That's coming soon. Who's my baby daddy? Rumanelli. You should check out his music. He's dope. Actually, one of the reasons I even like him. Am I doing another show in the Bay? Definitely. The Bay showed me so much love. I'm definitely going back. They love me over there. My advice for them would be to remember that this is not just making music, it's also business. If you want to make a living off of it, I would say get into the business side of it and how to monetize yourself, because it's something that I feel like I wish I would have known earlier. Somebody would have informed me. But, you know, just educate yourself on how to really get the most out of what you're putting out there, so you're not just putting it out there for no reason, so you can actually make a living off of it if it's something that you really want to do seriously. I was 18. Yeah, my mom has a lot of tattoos, and she already wanted to take me to get tattooed when I was 16, but I never really knew what I wanted. So I was always like, nah, and I was kind of scared. But then, yeah, I broke up with some guy and was on some rebellious shit. And I was like, I'm gonna go get a tattoo. And I got one right here on my ribs. That was my first tattoo. And then ever since that, I just kind of got addicted and was like, I still have so much more to do. This is my son, Mazzi Manelli. I put Manelli, his middle name. I got Mazzi right here for my son. 305, because that's where I was born and raised. This is one of my lyrics from my song Ego. It says, get down on one knee, put my head to the sky, and I pray to the gods to just be by my side. Pray I see through the lies, I could see through their eyes. My money be high, I got nothing to hide. I'm always myself and will be till I die. Until then, still alive, I'm blessed for my life. I'm always myself and will be till I die. Until then, still alive, I'm blessed for my life. So I got that with this, which is the evil eye, mal de ojo, to take away the evil eyes, meaning the haters, you know. This is the high priestess, and all the time I was kind of into tarot cards and stuff, so I like the high priestess, relates to me. This R is for my unofficial husband, Rashad. This says Goony Chonga, my alter ego of Goony Chonga. This mermaid is one of my first ones. When I used to be Twiggy Rasta Master, I always call myself the base mermaid, splash splash ho. So that's that. SMM, it means so much money, sex, money, murder. No, I'm just kidding. It really means not my music. And yeah. What else do I have? I'm probably forgetting some. Oh, I got this one. Right here. That's me. It says dinero right there. Yeah, dinero. And this was my first one ever. My little dream catcher. I don't know. I think I got all of them.